noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. The action has already started.
Andrei Shevchenko, Peter, is a player who can hurt you in so many different ways.
Striking all-rounder.
Yeah, he's got the pace to get in behind, he's got the power, he's got the aerial ability, the versatility, the work rate. He's got it all.
One of the greatest strikers of all time, surely.
Very true.
There's the crossfield ball. Julie. There will be a throw-in. Yamal. Just about within shooting range. An early chance there, first of the game.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
Pele. And it's Davids. No, that was never going to make it. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evidence annoyance.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the task, Peter, did he?
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Julie is onto it in a flash. Roberto Carlos. And here's Shevchenko. Oh, well cut out, not margin for error there at all. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And it's Xavi. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Shevchenko. Nicely aimed pass. Barcelona are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Ronaldinho. Now it's Shevchenko. Pele, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He rises! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. Ronaldinho, quietly revving up.
There they go, hunting again.
Deco. For Xavi. Davids cannot be beaten that easily. Pele. Davids takes control of it and he's on the move. Pele! And that has skimmed the post.
Oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
Triol. Ronaldinho. Neymar, a player who needs no introduction. Deco. And it's Xavi. He's had it nicked away. And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. Yamal. And he's let fly. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Xavi Alonso. Davids. It's Luis Suarez! Oh, that was a half-decent effort. Shevchenko simply refused to be outdone there. It's a really well-measured ball. And he's in on goal! Goes for a shot! Oh, good spread. Neymar. Looking for the run. And this is Luis Suarez. He's found the way through. Ah, such a clever touch. Davids. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Looks it out wide. Zanetti. Shevchenko. It's gone all the way through to the keeper. Ronaldinho. And Deco. Ronaldinho. Davids. Cannavaro.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Roberto Carlos. Over to the left. Zanetti. Zanetti delivers. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 14, Juli, será reemplazado por el dorsal 7.
Well, both sides are eager to get
Messi.
going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Spread neatly, nicely intercepted. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Xavi is fouled. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it. And it's Ronaldinho. Throw in.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Barcelona do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
And that has left him in a heap. Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. So a Barcelona free kick. Neymar! Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And here's Yamal. He's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Oh, well played. And he was quick to react. Xavi. 0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. Now it's Pelé. Shot could be a big chance! And here's Shevchenko.
He'd be disappointed with that.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Important interception. Deco can see things, others simply cannot. Now it's Luis Suarez. Nicely spread. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Neymar. And here's Suarez. Just eases him off the ball. Deco going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Thuram did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Albert Ferrer kept his eye on it, and he's there. And still, we await the first breakthrough. He's going to be disappointed with that. That has not gone well. Yamal. Creole spots it and intercepts. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Davids. That's a shade optimistic. Shifted it to the flank. And it's Deco. Deco. He has found the way through.
Barcelona clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Albert Ferrer deals with that comfortably. More and more pressure on the ball here. It's gone for a throw-in.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 10, Ronaldinho. El dorsal 21, Neymar. El dorsal 9, Luis Suárez. El dorsal 8, Deco. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 16, el dorsal 11.
Well, that was well positioned and well pitched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
That has been cut short. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Referee has just said play on. Oh, good ball. He's had a shot! He scored! Finally the breakthrough!
Well, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Barcelona have penetrated for the first time.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Maradona. And that could well leave a mark. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested.
Barcelona can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock.
Shevchenko! And the keeper's relieved to see that disappear wide.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Now it's Pelé. Now it's Messi. And it's Davids. Time and again they are repelled. And that's that. Barcelona have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Eto'o claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
El Barcelona y el Manchester United.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
I'd say Petr. I'm trying to come up with a flow in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job, and he breeds confidence for his defence.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Now it's Del Piero, looking to play him in. He's cut it out. Has a look and plays it forward. Neymar. And it's Ronaldinho. Knocks it into space. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Pull it. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. He has found the way through. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, that's fabulous. That's very neat. And it's Xavi. That has been slung wide. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. Barcelona have themselves a chance from the spot. This to go one up. Not a twitch, not a blink.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
Manchester United finding themselves unexpectedly behind. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Messi. Neymar, very much a man of this moment. Barcelona are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Shifted it to the flank. Messi. Nice looking ball. And that's gone behind for a goal kick.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one. It's Neymar! And for a moment, time stood still.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
Tries to play it through. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Now this could be a chance. And it's Hullet. And this is Del Piero. Big chance! Albert Ferrer, tidy with his distribution. Neymar. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And he's certainly onside here. And that is a little undercooked. Opts to play it back. Roberto Carlos. Manchester United are looking to break at pace. And it's Hullet. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Nicely weighted ball. Goes for a shot! He's got a goal! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Xavi, looking for options for movement. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Hullet. Albert Ferrer making good progress on the right-hand side. That's going right the way across. Manchester United ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. And he was alert to it. Messi. Here's Vieira. Pepe did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. It's a promising position. Well read, and the danger is averted. Messi is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Now it's Messi. He is through here. Cristiano Ronaldo. Eto'o. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Barcelona are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 23.
There's the whistle then to start the second half.
El dorsal 11.
Yeah, can see things, others simply cannot. He's in plenty of space here. And it's hoisted clear. Played out wide. Barcelona come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Messi. And it's Deco. Deco will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that's a fine interception. Bruno Fernandes. Hullet has found the net here, of course. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Shot from Messi! Superb goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
And And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Manchester United take the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
So can they find a way to turn around this deficit? Deco. Maradona. Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. Front-footed pressing going on here. It's beyond the defence. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And Del Piero! He scored! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
That was magnificent. The way he cut it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
He's shifting through the gears here. Barcelona are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. That tackle was certainly sturdy. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Ferdinand calmly anticipates. Bruno Fernandes. Looking to go deep. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal
Both sides
8.
then taking this chance to turn to their
El
benches.
dorsal 21. Neymar. El dorsal 7. Messi. El dorsal 10.
It's Pirlo.
Ronaldinho.
Now it's Cruyff.
Serán
Oh,
sustituidos
some
por
tackle that.
el dorsal 3. El dorsal 9. Luis Suárez. El
It's
dorsal
Luis Suárez.
19. El
Straight
dorsal
out wide,
22.
but he won't
Se va a
reach
llevar
that
a cabo
one.
un cambio de jugadores.
Manchester United finding their passes. It could be in here. Real chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are pulling clear here. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just...
He's had a shot! He has done it! Yet another goal in an awesome performance! They are in complete charge! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Shoots! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Manchester United do have a chance to counter here. And he welcomes it in. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Habrá 4
Looking for a
minutos de
runner.
descuento.
No, that was never going to make it. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Maradona. And here's Suarez. Well, played right into his path. Mohamed Salah. Now it's Cruyff. 4 added minutes on the board. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Barcelona played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated. After all of that, Jim, what do you think? Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Free-flowing, fluid, flexible, just some of the words that describe the genius that is Ruud Gullit, a player whose impact on the game remains so profound, so relevant today.
Yeah, you could almost say he was the very first all-action, all-athletic number 10. All those marauding runs from deep, going box to box, these weren't the sort of things expected from a playmaker back in his day.
Well, nicely intercepted. And he's had it nicked away. Ronaldinho has it out wide and in space. Oh, that's neat. Fermin received. Shot, surely! Marvellous goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that shot.
There's the header! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Suarez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Barcelona with the corner. They're first. Cleared without hesitation. And now they can spring out of defence. Barcelona leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Played out wide. Pass is intercepted. Xavi. Deco. Ronaldinho. That's good play. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And this is Luis Suarez. Rafinha clears. Rafinha absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Julie.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Rafinha unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well, that's a dangerous ball. Now it's Rafinha. Over to the left. It's made its way to him, and he's surging through. Gullit was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Cafu. Passing is crisp and sharp. He's been... Luis Suarez! Now, who's going to be first to this? It's Gattuso. Fermin. Rafinha. Played out to the left flank. And it's Roberto Carlos. Now there's a fine ball. Expertly cut out. Really nicely done. It's gone in, and it is an own goal.
I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Ronaldinho chasing after it. Cafu. Cafu just loves to go forward whenever he can. Played out towards the right wing. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Xavi. Fermin. Ronaldinho gets into
There will
some
be 1
space.
minute added time.
Now, can they get him away? Skims one in.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
And it's half-time here. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Barcelona are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. Barcelona kick off the second half.
Barcelona have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Tries to pass it through. Oh, that's nice. Can he get it through? I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Corner number 2 then. And now a sudden chance to counter. Deco. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Chooses to go cross-field. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Oh, played through for the wide man.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. It's a really well-measured ball. Julie will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now it's Luis Suarez. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And it's Lopez. Lobbed in behind. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Deco conjures time and space where few can. And Rafinha. He's going for goal! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Ernest. He's found the way through. Luis Suarez. He's shifting through the gears here. Decent chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quick.
And he's had a hit! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Substitution in progress.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Goes forward. Romario might just make this. Good ball over the top. Cafu deals with that comfortably. And here's Romario. Luis Suarez. And a chance! Chance here to counter. Can he get on the end of this? And this is Luis Suarez. That's cause for mild irritation. It's really well cleared. Maradona. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Nice interception, well timed.
Barcelona clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Xavi wins the duel this time. And here's Maradona. Hermes. And this is Luis Suarez. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Maradona showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Romario. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Chance for a shot! Oh, it's in! Late in the day! This could well be it! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Number 5.
Barcelona take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
It's Luis Suarez! He scores! And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Substitution on the field. Number 18.
There is some activity
Suarez.
down on the touchline. It
Number
seems there's going to be a
6.
change.
Hannes.
Barcelona could
Number
not have picked a
15.
better time to snatch a two-goal lead.
Number
Is there still
19.
time for a response?
Jamal.
Well, I think
Coming
if
on
they're going
the
to have any
field.
hope from here, they'll
Number
need to see their
7.
more experienced
Pele.
lads step up to the plate
Number
now.
10. Neymar.
Fourth
Number
official showing that there will be
16.
3 minutes of
Fermin.
added time.
Number 17. Messi. There
Neymar.
will be 3 minutes added time.
Messi. Xavi. Now it's Romario. And that interception was most necessary. And time is up. Barcelona are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their efforts. A job done in a highly
I'm
professional manner.
afraid to tell you that we're
Luis
expecting
Suarez
traffic to be
picking
heavy
up
after
the man
the
of the
final
match
whistle
award,
today.
and no surprise there. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation.
He's gone for goal! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
And the pass is intercepted. Zico, it's Roberto Baggio. Zico shoots! Marvellous goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Baggio picks it up out wide. Cafu got a long way forward to join the attack. He's onside. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Pele could try cutting inside here. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Driving on and making good progress, and they can counter here. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Neymar pinches it off him. Seedorf plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Now it's Pele, and this is Ronaldinho. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, look at the space here. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. Moreirense with the corner, there first. Ronaldinho plays it short. Cafu, chance for a shot! Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. And here's Seedorf. The referee's awarded a free kick. So who's he going to be aiming for here? And it's Zico. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Big chance! Oh, taken with style. 2 up now, and they are cruising. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And it's Ronaldinho, Roberto Baggio. Played out to the left flank. Can he spark a counter here? Ronaldinho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Xavi. And the counter is on. And it's been played through. Good ball, good take. Baggio unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Can he get on the end of this? He's had it taken off him. Vieira. Xavi.
This is the time you need that pace.
Neymar. And it's Eto'o.
Oh, great feet, that.
And here's Messi. Barcelona are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried... Neymar! Well, it wasn't a bad effort. I mean, you could see his intention. It just needed a bit more curl and bend to take it away from the goalkeeper.
Albert Ferrer cuts out the pass. Triol. And he's there to make the challenge. Now it's Roberto Baggio. Zico. That is a brilliant interception. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Ronaldinho. Cafu. That's Vieira. Cafu. Oh, that was vital. Bayer gets rid without sophistication.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de compensação.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Oh, super find. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. And there's the end of the first half. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Barcelona certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
Vai-se proceder uma substituição. O número 11.
Here we go again.
Número 9.
I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
And this is from Mario. Out to the left it goes.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Deco going face-to-face with his great rival. Spread neatly. And no, that was never going to make it. And he's gone long. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And this is Eto'o. Barcelona do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Shot, surely! And for a moment, time stood still.
Está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. Zanetti gets it away. Maradona does really well to win the ball there. Nicely weighted ball.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Ronaldinho. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And that's a throw. Almost an hour gone. Brilliantly cut out. Neymar. And no, he's seen through all of that. Maradona. And here's Neymar. That's good play. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Look, the only way of becoming more aware, Peter, is by lifting your head and realising who's where around you.
I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. This is Zico. He's found a way through. Zico! That has been slung wide. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. He's looking wide. Barcelona are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Shot, and he shoots! Yes! And they are pulling clear here.
Oh, Peter, it's a lovely piece of deception in shaping to whack it, and then opting for a lovely little lob.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. 75 minutes played. Well, they could break here, and there's green grass ahead of him. He has a look up. Over to the left. It's a promising position. He has found a way through. Vieira did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Knocks it out wide. Oh, that's neat.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that's a fine interception. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Oh, that's a key interception. And here's Cruyff. And it's Xavi. And this is Cruyff. Cruyff shapes. They've done it! There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Zico. He's picked his way through. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. And here's Romario.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de
It's a cute
compensação.
ball. Oh, delightful ball. Toure spots it and intercepts. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. And we're done. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone.
Caros espectadores.
How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Barcelona desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.